hello there. This is your favorite host. I mean, your favorite host, MagnaFaith, and of course, you're on MagnaFaith TV. And I'm coming to you from Central Avenue in Maryland, in the United States of America.
Well, I do like to appreciate that. You know, I believe every African woman has a unique capacity because they are descendants of queens that have been powerful in their indulgences with the kings, like people like us. If you don't like me to appreciate that, I will continue again.
Oh my goodness, that's profound. And I know you're like, we're all hype, we're having fun, but that's profound. That's a message to be taken very seriously. But again, first I want to thank you for being on Magna TV. And it's important that, our viewers understand that this moment is epic because I'm standing literally before Sango. Can you pronounce it for my viewers around the world? Is it Sango or Sango?
Well, I like to say something. Because we're in America, how would you like me to pronounce it? You want me to use my American accent, British accent, or Yoruba accent?
Yoruba accent.
Sango.
Sango. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I could still use my British accent, though.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Sango, right?
Okay.
It's Sango, innit?
In it.
Yeah.
Amazing. So tell me, like, I know you are Sango or Sango. Well, okay, yeah, you already said it.
I always like, because, somewhere along the line, you kind of see this way that people kind of take your brand name and totally forget your real name,
right.
Which isn't a problem because, I mean, if you did not do well with the brand name that they do eventually call you, they probably won't remember to call you that. But if you have been able to, there's a way you act, there's a way you play your role, right? And you make people go beyond that scenario of watching a movie, and they practically delve in to your own role. You're the one playing it, but when they're watching it, they take it beyond them just watch it, that there's a difference between them being in front of a screen. They go into deep reality. And they're in the movie with you, going through your trials, tribulations, and whatever, right? They feel your sorrow, feel your pain, feel your joy. And then when they eventually see the end of the movie, that's when they come back to reality and be like, oh my goodness, this was a movie? And if you've been able as an actor to achieve that unique, for you to have been able to achieve that unique essence of letting people believe you beyond the role you're playing, you can beat your chest, stand tall, and tell yourself that you can stand on the pedestal of kings who have gone before you in this trade.
That's profound. And I must tell you that I'm literally starstruck, which I'm not often. And it's not a factor of how many movies a person does, but like what you just talked about, how that you can literally put yourself into that role and bring it to reality, complete reality for people like us. Now, I've been posting about, the screening on Saturday, being that there's going to be an amazing screening of Sango at the Nigerian Embassy, of course, in Washington, D.C., here in the United States of America. And perhaps viewers from around the world are thinking, hey, we're just going to watch the movie and Sango himself will not be there. I'm not going to say Sango himself. I'll say Wale Adebayo is not, His Highness will not be there. But I want you to literally see. I'm going to touch him so you know it's real. This is Sango. It's not green screen. It's not chroma. This is all Sango. And he's still just as young and vibrant and handsome and energetic. This is him.
20 years ago.
Please, can you confirm to them that you're real?
Sango
It's not a clone.
20 years ago, and we found out that 20 years after, it's still a movie that's relevant. Relevant in the sense that we've not been able to replicate talking about our culture. I mean, we can do all the regular shenanigans of trying to imitate Hollywood, and which is fine. I mean, the Nigerian movie industry has totally evolved.
Yes.
To something that we never expected it will ever get to in such a short period. But it did. There's some beautiful movies out there that have really, really taken us to that height that, wow, we did this? But take Kunle Afolayan's figurine.
Which you, of course, you were in. Hello,
October 1st, take EJ. We've got loads of those movies that transported us from those, like the new Hollywood, Nollywood would like to say. This is the new Nollywood, old Nollywood. I don't really aspire to it. No, but what I'm saying is they have done something to give them a certain pride of place, to show that somewhere along the line we evolved. I just believe that they can walk with the evolution that they've created, rather than trying to create something different. They should accept the fact that some people sacrifice to allow you to be able to do what you're doing right now.
Yeah, but you're scaring me, because when you say new Hollywood, new Nollywood, are you out of Nollywood? Hello?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just trying
Because
to say.
Because you don't be giving us hope. We don't want to lose hope. We don't want to lose hope.
Some young people tell themselves that they're new Nollywood because they feel that the way they shoot their movies, the style they use, the genre they use in shooting it is way unique, more than whatever it is that old Nollywood is.
Yes.
But for me, filmmaking is transient.
What happened? Stop recording?
We need to face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm in awe. I'm sorry. Let me face the camera.
We're enjoying ourselves.
Okay, yeah.
Are you recording?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The issue is filmmaking is transient.
Mm-hmm.
It's not static.
Mm-hmm.
Some people started when Cecil B did Ten Commandments years back, and they did the effect. That same effect, if you want to do Ten Commandments today, the crossing of the Red Sea would be more unique than it was 60, 50 years ago.
Just like Passion of the Christ.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But then nobody ever said New Hollywood. Do you understand? So we always have this point that when we feel that we've done something better, we feel we need to tag it. And as a filmmaker, as an actor, I always try to tell people, I don't want a tag. I don't want a distinction different from what we've always done. I just want to be recognized that I've done something different from what we've always done. It doesn't mean that I am different from the people who paved the way for what I've done. It's what the so-called new Nollywood proponent should try and realize. Filmmaking is a continuum. You do something 10 years ago, when someone does it 10 years later, it gets better. 40 years time, it gets way better. In 100 years, it gets superb, right? But when you begin to target, then you give it a certain level of that you are not even sure what you're doing because it stems of insecurity and all that. But let me not up on my younger ones. Basically, on Saturday, July 7th, NIDO, Nigerian Diaspora Organization, wonderful people, and I think everybody should really join it because I think it's item that Nigerian citizens or American citizens of Nigeria.
Partnership with MagnaFaith.
Yes, don't let me forget that. Don't let me forget that. American citizens of Nigerian descent. Nigerian former citizens that have become Americans. Nigerian citizens that are hoping to become Americans. The only thing we can sell to the Western world is our culture. We have nothing else. We can't produce guns better than they can. We can't produce airplanes. We can't produce cars. Not that we can't, but we've not gone out of our way to do it. But what they've not been able to replicate, duplicate, imitate, or take away is our culture. And as long as that belongs to us as our intellectual right and property, then we need to find a way to make sure that we push it. So that when they're showing us their cars, we're showing them our cards. When they're showing them their medicine, we're showing them our herbs and that it's working. Because at the end of the day, you can only be equal to the person who appreciates what you're doing. Because it cannot do the same thing. But you will be subjugated to someone who feels that you need them for something like this. So it's the only way we can get on the same platform with the Western world is to make sure that we take our culture to that level where they cannot do anything about it. And that's what's showing the movie Sango at the embassy, Nigerian embassy, on Saturday from 3 p.m. This wonderful lady is going to be on our red carpet.
No.
And I don't know if I'll be there. But they're showing the movie.
He's going to be there. Don't pay him no mind. He's going to be there by the grace of God.
But it's unique that 20 years later, Sango was shot in 1997. Some kids that were born in 1997 are 20 years today. Some of them are in college, some of them are in high school, some of them are even dropped out of school. They're doing something else that is also unique, but they're not forgotten. But what we're trying to do right now is to make sure that the ones coming behind them can still value the essence of what we did when we did it 20 years ago. It might not have been perfect because film evolves. So whatever effects we did then might not have been perfect, but we shot a movie that, for us, that was the level of our knowledge in filmmaking. Today, if we remake it, it will probably be a bigger wow, right?
Right.
But as of 1997, when we premiered in 1998 at National, Hotel, a lot of people in the hall were screaming, "Oh my God, Nigerians have started doing effects like this! Wow, wow!" But you see, today those effects will look like, oh, this is child's play. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's an evolution somewhere. Something better has come up. So if we remake Sango again, you'll be surprised that the story will always stay the same because that is the richness of our culture.
But it cannot be like our original Sango, though. Well, I'm sorry.
I mean, it cannot be like Wale Adebayo. Actually, they don't use Wale Adebayo.
It cannot be like our original Sango.
Let me just be proud here. I mean, if I'm not the one playing it.
Our Sango that we used to crush on in school.
Now she's watching it. Tall, 6'5". If I'm not the one playing the next
song,
all the
muscles and everything. yes.
So hopefully, I'm trying to tell everybody on Saturday, 7th of July.
Are you really serious? On my side, are you freaking kidding me?
7th of July, 2018, Nigerian Embassy, Connecticut Avenue, Northwest, DC. If you're, come join us. Come, Nido.
Yes, of course, I'm Sango. I want to thank you especially for, spending this time with us and, just even pouring yourself out, on my footage or in my footage and, providing me with more knowledge. I mean, I've always adored you even before meeting you, but more than ever, I think that you just even gained not just a fan, but a prodigy because you have a wealth of knowledge that I feel like the youth, especially here in the diaspora, needs. So I don't know how after the screening we can get you to talk to the youth even more.
Well, hopefully, when we do the Saturday stuff, right? I hope to be able to reach a whole lot of people because our country needs people to inspire them. I mean, we're at that point in Nigeria right now where a lot of us should be blamed for not taking action when we had the opportunity to, or not taking action because we were too scared, or not taking action because we have selfish interests.
Is it too late?
But no, it's not. There's nothing. Development is a constant. It might look different, but development is a constant. We might not have done it before now, but the point is, we are not stopped from doing it whenever it comes to us. And the way Nigeria is right now, I think we're ripe enough to be able to tell everybody this is our time. To not just take over, but try to see how we can embolden people that normally would not do anything.
Did I hear you say take over? Is that a nugget? Because when you say take over, when you say not just take over, is that a nugget that you drop in a word of wisdom? Are you leaning towards somewhere?
I'm just saying that. If you feel you like what is happening in Nigeria, let us stick to the status quo. If you feel you don't, then let's do something about it. That's just it. If you love what's happening in Nigeria, we will stick to the status quo. But if you do not love what's happening in Nigeria, then we need to change the status quo. That's just it.
Yeah. So we're not going to talk about Plateau and all of that. I'm going to wait until Saturday when you come to the screening or when you watch us, stream live for Sango Wale Adebayo to talk extensively about the killings in Plateau and, of course, the fire in Lagos and more. So I want you to sit back, relax, and we'll be coming back to you all day, every day on the MagnaFaith show and, of course, from the United States of America.